Country music artist Phil Vassar is in Springfield right now.
This very moment, you may only know a couple of songs Phil Vassar sings, but I bet you know a lot of the ones he's written. He's the man behind some of the great songs Tim McGraw, Martina McBride, and many others sing.
Vassar sat down with meteorologist Craig Carnesi within the hour and talked about things with Vassar like his musical achievements, his concert tonight at the Galois. Here it is.
Phil Vassar, thank you for being with us here on KSPR News. We appreciate your time.
Absolutely, my pleasure.
Welcome to Springfield.
Thank you very much. I've been walking around town. It's a great town. I love this town.
Neat little town. Hey, for folks that may not be as familiar with your music as, say, some of us huge fans are, you started on the path of songwriting first and then performing second. How did that work out for you?
Well, I mean, you know, I grew up playing clubs, you know, like we were talking earlier. I mean, I spent my time on the East Coast. We did a bunch of clubs and grew up, you know, Jeff the guitar player and I had bands and you know, we just, you know, we were trying to make it, you know, as big time stars, you know, and now he's back here lifting his shirt up. That's kind of kinky. No, but anyway, you know, we just, you know, I moved to Nashville and you know, tried to get a deal, record deal as a singer, and I never could get one, you know, and I was playing all these clubs, doing piano bars, doing whatever I could do, and then started writing songs, and then all of a sudden, lo and behold, I had, you know, all these songs that I'd written, and I started pitching all these songs to my labels and all this stuff, and they hated the songs, so it was, you know, so it wasn't too good. But the good thing about it was I got to meet, you know, I met Garth and, you know, and Alan Jackson and Tim McGraw and Kenny Chesney. All of us were, you know, kind of came to town at the same time, and so we, you know, we hooked up, and of course they heard my songs, and I love that song. Can I cut it? And so I ended up getting all these cuts and having these big hits as a songwriter, and then, you know, and then all of a sudden everybody wanted to give me a record deal all of a sudden, you know, so it was really cool. So this is what I've always wanted to do. Playing live is what I've always wanted to do. This is my dream.
I read on your blog, on your website, you talk about how you really enjoy the interaction with the fans.
Yeah.
Is it just fantastic when you can actually see them sing along with you?
Well, that's what's so cool about playing theaters like this. I mean, we're so close. It's like playing in your house, and I mean, you can get requests. You can, you know, you really. I mean, we don't have any set list when we walk out of here tonight. We just walk out and you know, take requests and say, hey, what do you want to hear? And I say, oh, can you play that song off your first album or whatever? And we just play whatever we want and whatever everybody wants to hear. So that's really cool. Yeah.
Be remiss if we didn't talk about your newest album. Came out in December, Tropic Circus. Now this album, I've seen you in interviews say it's one of your favorites so far, if not your favorite.
Yeah. Well, to me it is. I mean, because, you know, I got to, you know, all the guys played on the album. You know, we just sat up in the studio and we didn't have anybody from the label or you know, messing with us. They said, just go cut a record. So we, you know, wrote the songs and we just cut a bunch of things that we love, and I just love the way this thing came out. Even all the way to the artwork. I had one of my friends paint the cover, and you know, it's just been a very liberating experience to make music like this again. This is how it ought to be for everybody.
And the difference with this album versus previous, you normally, an artist would bring in a band in Nashville to record, but you brought your road band with you.
Exactly, the road band. You know, a lot of people, I mean, the same musicians basically play on everybody's albums in Nashville, which is kind of a weird thing. The same producers, same musicians. I mean, that's just why to me, you know, they all kind of sound alike. You know, the records do, except for different voices on it. You know, so we just wanted to do things a little bit different this time and shake it up, and we've had a great time doing it.
Well, good luck. Break a leg tonight. Thanks for spending some time with us.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks for having us.
Craig, I am envious. What a cool guy. Phil Vassar is performing at the Galois at 8 o'clock tonight. He said no set list, so he's going to take requests and everything else. Tickets cost between $30 and $40.
Still have time to go. We'll have a performance from Vassar in just a few minutes, so stay tuned. KSPR News at 4. We'll be right back.